Hello, we're back. Unpopular opinion. I don't think this generation gets offended by everything. The title again. I don't think this generation gets offended by everything. The explanation. I think the only reason people say this is because the sensitive people are the ones that get attention, and it's the only thing people see. From my experience, I'm 17. At least in my country, it's the old people that get offended by everything. Most of us are pretty chill, have really dark humor, but still respect genders even if we might joke about some stuff. We never do it bad heartedly. I've only seen two or three people get offended by something I have said. And even then, I might have said something really bad. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I don't think it's that different. Now, I know being offended by everything isn't just about gender, but that's what you'll mostly see on the internet. I know this kind of logic, excuse me, there you go. I know this is kind of off topic, but yes, I do agree that Gen Z is more sensitive, but I think a lot of people confuse being sensitive with being open about emotions. Yes, people are becoming more antisocial. Yes, there are more suicides and all of that. And yes, I do think this generation is mentally weaker, which is not a great thing. I think people try to make people feel bad about them with what they're going through instead of actually resolving their issues themselves. So I guess in a way, we're too open. I think this is a good and a bad thing. Also, I'm seeing a decline on basic girl types and always moody for no reason women, which is also great. Okay, so that was a little bit longer than usual. Please go back and listen to that again. This is from user apprehensive toe 6736. This is the user who wrote this, apprehensive toe 6736. So that was longer than most of the unpopular opinions. We'll go through the topic later, but first, as usual, we'll break down and review or go over the English. So, um, to be offended, right? To get offended. This is the same in Portuguese and English. To be offended by something is to take offense, to think, "Oh my God, that is wrong. I am hurt. Having a negative impact on me in this moment." What else can we pick from this article? Let's see. Pretty chill, right? This person is 17 years old. I'm 30, and we're still using this word chill. Most of us are pretty chill. Chill, Chill. This is a generic word for relaxed. It could be a verb, right? Hey, chill, or you need to chill, or I want to chill. It's relax. And it's very commonly used by at least millennials, anyone born, in the 90s, and apparently still being used by people born way later, right? Someone who's 17 is using this word, chill. I would not recommend telling someone to chill in English, at least in American English. It's like telling someone to relax. It's the same meaning, right? If you tell someone when you're in an argument to relax, hey, relax, yeah, that might make them do the opposite. That might have the opposite effect. Same with chill. So we use this a lot for like hanging out, right? It's a phrasal verb that people probably see a lot in popular culture. But I might tell someone I'm chilling at home. I am chilling, or I'm chilling at home. Meaning I'm just at home relaxing, not doing anything important. So that's how we use it the most without any possible issues, right? To tell someone I'm chilling at the beach. I'm chilling by the pool. I'm chilling at home playing video games. Let's go chill on Paulista Avenue. It's Sunday. So, yep, I would not recommend telling another person to chill if you're in an argument or a tense moment. What else can we have here? Bad-heartedly. I believe it's two words connected by that little dash, that little line in the middle. So we never do it bad-heartedly. And she or he is talking about dark humor and jokes, right? Making it in comedy. We never do it bad-heartedly. And the opposite would be good-heartedly. We use both of these, bad-heartedly and good-heartedly. So bad-heartedly would be with bad intentions. You intend something bad to happen versus good-heartedly, you have good intentions. So it's kind of like bad faith and good faith, where if you do something in bad faith, you're not doing it genuinely, versus good faith, you are doing it or behaving or acting genuinely. Bad heartedly and good heartedly is more about the intention to hurt or to damage, which would be bad heartedly, right? If you make a joke, and this is a good space to mention bad heartedly and good heartedly. You can tell a joke to get people to laugh, or you can tell a joke to, convince people that something is true, or to hurt someone individually. Um, let's see, what else can we pick apart or break down in this story? Being offended about gender, mostly seen on the internet. Gen Z, right? I don't know if we've talked about this before in any other episode, but there are different names of generations in English, probably the same in Portuguese. I don't know, but we use these a lot when we're talking about demographics and people and trends and tendencies. In the US, we group people by generation frequently, often. Gen Z would be, I'm a millennial, so that's born between, well, and it's not concrete, but I believe, but born between 1983, 1984, and 1994, 1993. Gen Z is after that, so the mid or late 90s until, I really don't know, probably pretty recently. So Gen Z basically are very young people, very young people. I think a lot of people confuse being sensitive. Okay, we'll talk about the antisocial is the same in Portuguese and English. I do think this generation is mentally weaker. Yeah, okay. Resolving their issues. Resolve. I'm gonna give other options here, right? Because we have at least two phrasal verbs that are very common. So, um, where's the start of the sentence? I think people try to make people feel bad about them with that they're going through. That's tough. I think this is a 17-year-old typing and and me reading. I am not 17. I think people try to make people feel bad about them with that they're going through instead of actually resolving or figuring out or sorting through their issues themselves. Sorting through, SORT, through, THROUGH, that's the infinitive, or figuring out. Both of those are very common for resolving something. Excuse me. I think this is a good and bad thing. Also, I'm seeing a decline on basic girl types and always moody for no reason women, which is also great. So that's it. I don't think there's any more English to squeeze out of here, any difficult words. None of the vocab here seem to be too tricky. This is a 17-year-old person, allegedly, right? We don't know for certain, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not close with a lot of 17-year-old people, so I don't really know how to approach this topic. But I do hear from students, some older students, And I guess some older friends or family too that I do get an impression that older generations do feel like interesting, right? We're talking about offense, and this is how they feel. They feel like people are more sensitive or are too don't understand that words are just words and that we should let people kind of say anything and that that you're not supposed to have a reaction to what people say, and that if you do have a reaction, then oh no, you're being too sensitive. So yeah, I think that the second half of the opinion was more specific to Gen Z, and I think I agree with this. I don't know about this generation specifically, but yeah, being open about your emotions, just being open and having an opinion. I think that there's a confusion between people expressing how they feel and their opinion about other people's comments, and you know, not allowing someone to make the comments or make the joke in the first place, right? In Brazil, there's lots of talk now about censorship because I'm in the post Bolsonaro election world, right? Lula has just won the election, and there's been a lot of discussion or at least headlines about censorship and these kind of things, right? And I think censorship is quite different than people expressing, hey, what you're saying makes me upset or angry or feel bad. Um, so, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if younger people are being offended um, by everything, right? That's a huge category, everything. But I do think younger people, because maybe, who knows, but because growing up with the resources to always share their opinions, I think younger people are very comfortable expressing their outrage or indignation about certain celebrities or comments or things that they observe, and that's different for older generations who are not accustomed or don't have the culture from their childhood of being able to share everything you're thinking and feeling about what's happening in the world. Um, at the end of this opinion, they talked about decline of basic girl types always. I don't know what they're talking about here, so I'm not really, I can't, yeah, I don't have much comment about that. But on the comedy thing, yeah, I think that people now are all using their voice, and for some older generations, that's uncomfortable. And dare I say, older people seem offended that younger people might express that they're offended. So it's kind of the chicken and the egg, like what the Spider-Man meme of four Spider Men, and they're all pointing finger guns at each other. So yeah, I think it's okay to be offended. I think it's okay to express that you are offended. I think it's okay to express that wow, someone is offended, and that's offending me, that you would be offended. I think people are just relearning that yes, people can talk, they can make jokes, they can make videos, they can do all of these things, and it gets public very quickly, and people can react to that. I don't see what's wrong with people expressing their outrage or their offense. I think that's just, natural to express how you feel in an age where social media is kind of a birthright for younger people, and a tradition for at least people my age, right? Even if we talk about hating social media, we all use it. So yeah, anyone can get offended, and I think that when you live in a society, we live in a society, you just have to not be comfortable with everyone's opinions, but you have to hear them sometimes, and that is the reality. If you don't like it, you can sit at home and turn off the internet and play cards. But yeah, we live in a time where people are heard, period, regardless of what the good-hearted or bad-heartedness is. People are heard, and their comments are you know fair expressions in a free society.